As the NBA season continues to unfold, bold predictions are swirling around teams looking to make their mark in the standings. From potential trades to rising stars, here's a breakdown of what could define the rest of the season. The Milwaukee Bucks are poised to finish as a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, a prediction that seemed far-fetched during their dismal 2-8 start. Early in the season, the Bucks struggled with poor defense, especially in transition, and their offense lagged behind expectations. However, the team has undergone a remarkable transformation. In their first 10 games, Milwaukee's three-point shooting was abysmal, including a painful 21% performance against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Adjusting to a new defensive system led to poor switches and rotations, leaving the team vulnerable. While Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard played well, the supporting cast failed to step up. Since then, the Bucks have reversed their fortunes. Over the past 15 games, they've been shooting 41% from beyond the arc, one of the best marks in the NBA. Their defense has improved dramatically, holding opponents to just 109.3 points per game, which would rank 7th in the league. Key contributors include Giannis, who has returned to Defensive Player of the Year form, and emerging young players like Andre Jackson Jr. and AJ Green. Jackson's athleticism and defensive acumen have solidified his spot in the starting lineup, while Green has surprised many with his defensive grit and elite three-point shooting, 48% on 5.2 attempts per game. With Giannis performing at an MVP level and the team's role players stepping up, Milwaukee appears well-positioned to secure a top 3 spot in the Eastern Conference standings. Could the Denver Nuggets make a blockbuster trade for Zach LaVine? While not guaranteed, it's a bold prediction that could reshape the defending champions. The Nuggets' need for additional shot creation has been evident this season. Jamal Murray's inconsistent play has raised questions about his viability as a second option on a championship team, and while Michael Porter Jr. is a solid shooter, his ball handling and pick-and-roll capabilities leave much to be desired. LaVine, currently averaging 21.7 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 4.2 assists on 50% shooting for the Chicago Bulls, could be the answer. His ability to create shots off the dribble and attack the rim would complement Nikola Jokic's playmaking. Despite concerns about his defense, the Nuggets roster, featuring defensive anchors like Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook, could compensate for his shortcomings. A trade centered around Porter Jr. could bring LaVine to Denver, giving the Nuggets a dynamic offense capable of contending for another title. The Oklahoma City Thunder are primed to take the next step as a franchise. Currently sitting atop the Western Conference with a 21-5 record, the Thunder boast one of the best net ratings in league history, plus 11.9 points per game. Their success is fueled by elite offense and defense, both ranking in the top 10. Even more impressively, they've maintained this dominance despite injuries to key players like Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continues to cement his status as a superstar, averaging 30.3 points on 51% shooting. Role players like Jalen Williams and Cason Wallace have also made significant strides. With the experience of last year's playoff run and potential moves to address three-point shooting, Oklahoma City could be a legitimate contender for the conference finals, or even a championship. The Dallas Mavericks are quietly building a case for a top 3 finish in the Western Conference. While their record doesn't fully reflect their potential, the numbers tell a different story. Dallas has the tools to field a top 10 offense and defense when healthy. Key acquisitions like Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes have bolstered the bench, while Kyrie Irving is flirting with a 50-40-90 season. Luka Doncic, after a slow start, has returned to MVP-caliber form, averaging 28.9 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 8.2 assists. Their recent dismantling of the Golden State Warriors showcased their firepower, with Doncic delivering a 45-point triple-double. If their stars stay healthy and the bench continues to produce, Dallas could climb the standings and reassert themselves as title contenders. The Orlando Magic might be the league's most intriguing team. Despite dealing with significant injuries, including oblique issues for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, the Magic have shown glimpses of their potential. Before his injury, Banchero was playing at an MVP level, averaging 29 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. Wagner stepped up in his absence, delivering 26.1 points and 6.3 assists. If both players return to full health, Orlando could emerge as a playoff dark horse capable of making it to the second round and pushing a top-tier opponent. However, the team must find a balance between Banchero and Wagner offensively. Drawing inspiration from the Boston Celtics' dynamic duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the Magic could unlock a new level of success by maximizing both players' strengths. These predictions highlight the unpredictability of the NBA and the potential for dramatic shifts as the season progresses. Will these bold forecasts come true? Only time will tell, but the journey promises to be thrilling.